yes, let's talk some football. I just started us real quick. So before we get into college football playoff talk or the national championship talk in the playoffs, big news broke today, or I don't even know if it's really news because I'll be honest.
You froze up.
The news. Sorry, what?
No, you froze up for a second, but you're back. My bad.
Okay. So the news today, I'm not even sure if it's real because I'm not sure. I believe Mike Florio is that Deshaun Watson wants a trade from the Houston Texans. Do you believe this? I really don't.
I do believe that it is probably something that I think his agent, and this is just a complete speculation, I think his agent was kind of testing the waters to see kind of like what the reaction from the Texans would be.
I would agree with that.
So he's not, dude. He just signed a contract. He's not going to be traded. It's not happening.
Exactly.
That is the only thing, dude. That's the only thing keeping the Texans from literally being the worst team in the NFL. They're not trading.
My friend, who's a big Saints fan, was like, how the Saints should trade for him, and they were talking about how Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, Deshaun Watson in the same offense, how great it would be. It would be great. Problem is, in order to get Watson, they'd have to get rid of one of those guys.
A team would probably have to trade, I'm assuming, 4 first-round picks to get Deshaun Watson.
So I saw a Vikings fan, which makes me giggle, but a Vikings fan proposed on Twitter give up their first-round pick, 14 overall, and Kirk Cousins for Deshaun Watson. That was it.
Hell no! They laugh you off the phone.
Exactly. I was like, you think Houston is going to trade away a top 5 quarterback for a draft pick, not multiple. We're talking a draft pick.
A draft pick.
And Kirk Cousins, you are outside your mind. So that's what I mean by it made me giggle. I laughed so hard reading that.
It would basically have to be something that somebody couldn't refuse. You know what I mean? If somebody's like, listen, our next 4 first-round draft picks and like a starting linebacker.
I genuinely believe it would have to be I'm talking Herschel Walker to Minnesota type haul.
Even more.
Yeah, and I don't know the full details of that trade. You can go and look it up, I'm sure. But I know it was like 4 or 5 draft picks.
Yeah. Let me put it to you this way. We're getting to the point where not even a consensus best safety in the league got 2 first-round picks for a trade. Like, obviously you could make a very strong argument, but I can also make a very strong argument that he's not the best safety. Somebody traded their 2 first for him. If Jamal Adams is worth 2 firsts, Deshaun Watson is worth 4 firsts. Period.
I remember Nick Wright saying, and I'm not a huge Nick Wright guy, but I remember him saying one time that back in Aaron Rodgers' prime, this was back when they still had McCarthy and he was struggling a little bit, but back in his prime, in 2011, 12, 13, 14, those years, he said, I would give up all my first-round picks to get Aaron Rodgers. And what he meant by that was, to get Aaron Rodgers, I would give up every single first-round pick I had until Aaron Rodgers retired. I think it would have to be something like that for Deshaun Watson. I really do.
Yeah, no, I mean, it really would. Dude, Deshaun Watson is younger than me, dude. I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson's 26 years old.
He's not that old. I mean, shit.
Which means...
Shit, dude, we've been out of college. I've been out of college for, well, technically just less than a few months. But I graduated undergrad in 2015.
He hasn't even hit his QB prime yet.
Yeah, I know.
Your QB prime is like 28 to 32.
And that's what I argued with my friends because they were shitting on the Chiefs for getting Patrick Mahomes that deal. And I was like, he's barely scratched the surface.
Dude, think about how much better a player can get from being like. Cause now that we're kind of older, we're like what, almost 20. You're probably 28 by now. I'm 27.
I am 28. I'm getting close to 30.
Dude, I think about like a 23-year-old as like a child, and it's like if somebody is 23, 24, 25 and just lighting up the NFL, think about him 5 years from now. Like,
so let's see. He was drafted in 2017, but left early. He's got to be about 21.
25. I think he's.
Oh, I'm sorry. 20. I'm sorry. He entered the draft probably at 21. Is what I meant.
I think he's about 25. I think he's 26. I think I saw it, but I'm just saying, like, dude.
He is 25. He is 25. He will be 26 this year.
He's hitting his prime right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, I want to sit here and say there's no way he gets traded, but I do think that there's a chance that a team like the Saints, who already have a pretty complete roster, like, dude, we'll give you 3 first-rounders right now.
Except the problem is the Saints are in cap hell. They can't afford them.
Yeah. Nope, he is the highest player in the league.
There's something else.
Let me put it to you like this: instead of talking about it for the next 10 minutes, he's not getting traded.
No, he's not. Houston's not. But I just think it's foolish. Houston's not. I don't care if he doesn't like it. Give it time. I meant to talk about this the other day. I like this GM hire that they made. Cassiera, I think was his name, from New England, director of player personnel there. I know Bill Belichick is the GM, but this dude's, I'd imagine, probably right-hand man, number 2 or number 3. I mean, high up in that organization, highly thought of. They wanted him last year before hiring Bill O'Brien, but he had something in his contract he couldn't leave. That clause has since been nixed, so he did come to Houston. I think it's a great move. I'm curious to see what he does.
Me too.
But like I was saying, they're not getting rid of Deshaun Watson. I know we're not big yards guys in this podcast, but he led the league in not total yards, but passing yards for a quarterback, yards per attempt, and was second in passer rating.
Let me add some context to that. Yards don't matter is a little bit of an overreach. You just have to add a lot of context to your yards. That's all it is. It's not that yards don't matter. They need a lot of context before they do matter.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't like an idea. I don't like the argument that he's good just because he gets yards. No.
Exactly. I mean, Jameis Winston led the league in passing yards.
All right, let's move on. We've made our peace with Deshaun Watson. We both agree that he's not going anywhere. Let's start off with college football playoff national championship. Let's give a pick real quick. Alabama, Ohio State. I believe the line last I checked was Bama -7.5 roughly. Let me check again. This is on Thursday. What's that?
I do foresee it being a better game than I originally thought, but it's Alabama's winning that by probably 10 minimum.
I'm trying to pull up the line here. Bama is now -8.
I mean, dude, I mean, Alabama literally has probably 20 NFL players on their squad right now.
I really want to go with Ohio State. I do think it's going to be closer. There are some people that think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it will. What's that?
Do you think Ohio State covers?
I think there's a chance. I mean, Bama's defense is a little shaky. I mean, it's not terrific, but it's not bad either. I think Justin Fields can put up points, but the problem is, I know Ohio State's defense is better, but Alabama's offense is a different animal. I just think they're going to have a hard time getting stops.
It's just NFL players.
Yeah, I think it would be like a 35-31 type of game. I mean, just not enough horses for Ohio State.
I would love if that was the final score of this game. That would be amazing.
Let's go. All right, so now we've got that out of the way. Let's get to the good stuff. Playoff predictions. Let's start things off with this weekend, Super Wildcard Weekend. Remember, playoffs are expanding from 12 to 14 teams, so now we got 6 wildcard games instead of 4, the usual 4. First game will be Saturday at 1 o'clock. Indianapolis at Buffalo. Right now, Buffalo is -6.5.
Dog shit out of this, dude.
What's that? You cut out.
My bad. I don't see a way that the Bills don't smack the absolute dog shit out of the Colts.
So
I don't think this is going to be particularly close. I think that the home field advantage would have really, obviously the Colts would have had home field advantage, but that's where the defense can really step up. Listen, they have a great defense, but it's just not going to happen, dude.
No.
The Bills are impossible to defend. If you have a guy that can legitimately run for first downs every time he drops back, it's impossible to defend you, dude. They're not defending the Bills. The Bills are going to win that game by 10 points.
I think that's fair.
I'll say
Bills are on fire right now.
Yeah, 34-24 would be my. I'm going to give score predictions. 34-24.
Okay. I agree. I think it's going to be close, though. I think 10 feels about right. I think it'll be closer than that, though. Just the Colts, they finally freed Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to have a big game. Had a big game last week. Bills' run defense has been a little shaky this year. I think he can run the ball, keep Josh Allen off the field, churn clock. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen's going to be Josh Allen, our boy, and they're just going to be too much to handle. I see the Bills winning like 31-24 type of game. Second game on
a very similar game.
Yeah. Second game on Saturday, Rams Seahawks. So I held out for this game to try to get some injury news on Jared Goff and Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams is playing, it sounds like. Jared Goff they say that they're pleased or whatever. It sounds like he's going to play, but I wouldn't be super confident in it. But even if he does play, the line has not moved. The line is still at Seahawks -3.5. So yeah, Vegas still thinks it's going to be close.
I'm just going to tell you right here, Rams have a better roster. Seahawks.
Oh.
Huh?
You're going upset?
Seahawks. No, I'm going
I thought you were going Rams for a second.
No, I was going to say Rams have a better overall roster, but I'm taking Russ over fucking Warford.
You misled me there. Yeah. So, again, I wanted to go with an upset here. But neither offense is playing well. If you're a bettor, I would hammer the under in this game.
Yeah.
Two defenses playing pretty well against bad offenses. But I don't see Jared Goff banged up or dinged up, whatever you want to say, going into Seattle and outscoring Russell Wilson. I don't care if Russell Wilson hasn't been playing well. I don't see it.
That's just part of that, man. Yep.
Yeah, I think Seahawks win, and I think it's going to be very close. I think the Rams might even cover the spread.
It's going to be extremely close, and we already talked about this earlier this week. It's going to be really close because DK Metcalf ain't having 150 yards.
No, Jalen Ramsey's going to blanket him.
Yep.
I think I would hammer the under in this game. I think Seahawks 20-17.
It's going to be low scoring. I'll go 24-17.
Okay. Third game Saturday evening. Tampa Bay at Washington. Another game. I flirted with the upset. Closer we get, though, the more I'm just like, Brady ain't losing this game.
It's not happening, man. So Bruce Arians and Tom Brady aren't idiots. They know all they have to do to win this game is get the ball out quick. That's all you got to do. Neutralize the defense. You're going to win this game by probably 14 points. It's not going to be that close. Tom Brady's not a fucking idiot. He knows when he plays a good defensive line, we got to get the ball out quick. They don't have a good they don't have good D-backs. They don't have good linebackers. They don't have enough offensive firepower to score points. Terry McLaurin's banged up. The only good offensive player they have on the whole team. Their best pass catcher now is a fucking former quarterback. This is going to be a blowout by probably 3 touchdowns.
It very well could be. I still believe in this defensive front for Washington. Going to make things difficult. But at the end of the day, Brady's going to be Brady. They're going to win. Probably will pull away late, but I'll say that they win and probably cover. I don't trust Washington's defense. I do think Washington...
I would say 37-24.
Okay, I can buy that. Washington's offense is just bad. I mean, Alex Smith gives them the best chance to win, but
the reason I'm even giving them 24, I do think they get like a turnover or two, and they're very right in scoring position right away.
I think it's going to take a Von Miller type performance like back in 2015 to knock off Brady.
Yeah. Yes, and it could happen.
It could, yeah. But I agree. I'm going Bucks here. Probably won't even be that close. Maybe sluggish at first and pull away in the second half. All right. This is the game I very much want to watch. Probably the game I'm looking forward to the most. Ravens at Titans on early Sunday afternoon game. Ravens on the road favored by 3.5.
I'm actually surprised the Ravens are favored.
Yeah, I thought it would be like Titans -1.
I want to go fucking Titans so bad, but I can't shake this feeling that there's no way Lamar's going to go in through in the playoffs. So I'm going to go Ravens. It's going to be very close, very low scoring. I'll go 27-24 Ravens.
I don't think it's going to be low scoring at all.
Or I guess 27-24 isn't low scoring. I mean, it's not going to be high scoring.
Okay. I think it might be.
Tennessee's
defense is awful.
Yeah.
And Baltimore's defense is good, but Tennessee's offense is good, so I can see some points being scored.
Yep.
But Tennessee's defense, I don't think it's registered a sack. I don't think they registered a sack. Well, they're just terrible at getting sacks, I know that much. Baltimore has run the ball very well in their last 5 games or something. I think Lamar's going to be comfortable. I mean, if they can't get pressure on him and they're running the ball well, he's going to be free to do whatever he wants.
I mean, this is the way I'm approaching this game. Because they lost last time because of Derrick Henry. Dude, I will put 11 fucking. I won't even play corners. I'll just leave two completely wide open wide receivers on the outside. I'm loading the box with as many players as I can, and I'm making Ryan Tannehill beat me.
Well,
you know what? If I lose like that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and not to disrespect Tannehill, because, I mean, if you look at his numbers, Tannehill's a top 10 quarterback probably right now.
By the way, let me say this, dude. Yeah. I looked at fucking Ryan Tannehill's numbers over the last 2 years. The other day, elite.
Yes.
Not pretty good, top 5.
I don't know about top 5. I wouldn't go that far. And he cut out again. Let's give him a second. Come on.
Dang.
You cut out. You cut out.
Fuck, man. I'm in a city. How is my fucking service? I was saying that Ryan Tannehill is having one of the sneakiest runs I've probably ever seen in my life.
Yes.
That was basically the gist of what I was getting at. Like, dude, I saw his. Dude, he's like 60 TDs, 20 picks the last couple years. Like, I mean, dude, he's has fucking insane numbers. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I will tip the cap. I will give him respect. He is a top 10 quarterback right now.
Yes, but I'm still going Ravens. I just think. Dude, I think Lamar got a chip on his shoulder. Like, I'm pretty sure he's tired of hearing about it, dude. He's ready. He's ready to go.
I agree. I'm going Ravens as well. I wouldn't even call it an upset because they're favored. An upset's going to happen this week, I think.
I think the only reason people would call it an upset is because the Ravens historically they haven't played them well the past 2 times they played. But yeah, I agree. It's just they're hot right now. Ravens are very hot. I would never want to play them. I don't care how good of a team I am. I wouldn't want to play the Ravens.
Yeah, for real. Bears at Saints. Saints right now are a 10-point favorite.
I'm going to tell you right now, dude, that's going to be a close game.
Yeah, everyone's just giving the Saints the win, and I'm not so sure.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think this has the best chance of an upset probably of any game this weekend. I'm not even exaggerating. I will go Saints. Barely. I'll go 23-24 Saints.
Yeah.
That's how fucking close I'm going to say this game is.
I think the Saints probably win by like a touchdown. I might have wrote on my blog by about 15, but I think this could be within the spread.
Yeah.
One, the Bears' defensive front is very good, and I think they can get out. Well, I shouldn't say that they can get after Breeze because he gets the ball out very quickly this year because of his arm. But the game where this game's going to be won is on the other side. I think the Saints' defensive line is going to get after Trubisky. The Bears' offensive line has struggled this year, but that defense, if it can play, well, can keep Chicago in this game.
100%.
And I think it could get some stops. I don't really see it being a 3-touchdown blowout, maybe a 2-possession, type of game. But I'm going to go Saints, but I think it's going to be slightly closer than people think.
I agree. That's exactly how I put it. And I actually think it's going to be a legitimate close game. But yeah, I can see what you say, maybe a little bit more than myself.
All right. Last game on Sunday night, Browns at Steelers. Even when Kevin Stefanski was going to coach and Browns didn't have a COVID issue, I was still probably going to go Pittsburgh to win barely. But they haven't practiced for 2 days. No Stefanski on Sunday. I don't see how the Browns win. I really don't.
I will tell you how both of us feel about this game right now. You ready?
What's that?
My heart says the Browns.
Yes.
My head says the Steelers.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah, and the line's still only Pittsburgh -6. I figured it'd be higher than that, but
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you right now. At the end of the day, dude, if Nick Chubb runs for 150 fucking yards, they can win the game.
I agree.
That's why they're not moving.
I think Pittsburgh's gonna just dare Baker to throw the ball.
Agreed, 100%. They're gonna load the box. They're gonna and I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think Baker could I think Baker could do it.
I think he could. It just won't be a 400-yard game. It'll be like 270 and just be adequate.
Exactly. So I do have to go Steelers here. My heart really says Browns. I want the Browns to beat the Steelers more than anything in the fucking world.
Yeah,
dude.
I do too.
I just don't say that.
I want the Browns to go on a deep playoff run. I want to see that happen. So I think we pretty much all went, or we both went chalk. Just took favorites. So that would mean on the AFC, Chiefs would play the Ravens.
Yeah.
Who you got in that matchup?
Chiefs. Ravens
You're going to go Chiefs.
Can't beat them.
So, I'm going to go Ravens.
Just a bad matchup.
I think it's a bad matchup for the Chiefs right now. I really do. Ravens are hot. They've run for over 250 yards their last 5 games, or averaging over 250 yards their last 5 games. Chiefs have not played well. They don't stop the run particularly well. And the Ravens are a much better team in the red zone. They could just churn clock, keep Mahomes off the field, and capitalize in the red zone where the Chiefs have not been. I sent you their numbers. They have not been good in the red zone in their last 5 wins. Not even the last, 7 wins. Not the last 7 games, 7 wins. I'm not counting the Chargers game last week. I think that, and the Chiefs have not been good on the red zone on the offensive side of the ball either during that stretch. I think there's a chance the Chiefs leave points on the board and Lamar squeaks out like a 31-27 win.
Fair. I think you're talking yourself out of something obvious again.
Probably.
I do. But everything you said was 100% true. So
I don't get the vibe from the Chiefs. We might as well talk about it now. But I don't get the vibe from the Chiefs that this team's going to repeat. Everything could change. Like I have to wait until I see how they perform in that divisional round.
And Shane, let me tell you, dude, if the Chiefs get knocked out early, you're going to be the first person I give credit to. 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm dead serious, dude. I'll give you 100% of the credit because you.
Look, I will switch gears in a heartbeat.
I sent you 40 texts in a row when
you
told me that you thought they were going to lose. So you can hold it to me if they lose.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But I just don't get that vibe. Where was I going with that? I forgot. I forget where I was going with that. I had a good point, but I forgot. I just don't know with the Chiefs. Oh, I know where I was going. I will change course on this in a heartbeat. Like if the Chiefs go out there and just dominate the Ravens again, they don't even have to win convincingly. If they go out and win, just look good and win by about 10, kind of pull away late, I will switch gears and say the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
I mean.
And I'm still not even sure if that's it. I'm not even sure that's going to be enough to beat the other team I have on the other side of the bracket in the AFC. Well, let's go ahead and pick that game. Pittsburgh. We both have Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I think we're both going to have the same pick here. I don't see Pittsburgh winning that game. I got the Bills moving on.
Yeah, I think it's another game. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't think the AFC is going to be super close until the Bills and the Chiefs play.
So you got Chiefs, Bills. I got Ravens, Bills. Let's flip to the NFC. We both have Packers, Bucks. I'll go ahead and say I'm the Packers fan here. When this game took place, I think I've said week 5, but it was really week 6, technically. But when these teams played in week 6, I had the opinion that if they met again in the playoffs, it'd be a completely different result. My opinion has not wavered. Especially with this game being in Green Bay, I'm still saying Green Bay's going to win that game. Will win that game. And I don't have anything really scientific, no real stats. I just think Green Bay would be ready to go against the team that embarrassed them.
Shane, listen. When you know the sport of football, you can trust your gut. You don't need a great reason to pick a team. You just you look at a game and you go, what does my brain tell me as soon as I look at this matchup? And when I look at that matchup, I say I do not see the Packers losing that twice.
I don't either.
I could legitimately see what happened last time switching. I could see the Packers actually.
No, I think it would actually be a close game. I mean, the first time they played, it was not indicative of either team. Or I should say, Tampa Bay just showed up. The circumstances are completely different, number one. Green Bay was riding high. They were 4-0, off a bye. They were feeling good about themselves. Tampa Bay had faced some adversity. They desperately needed a win. They had a good team coming home to their home stadium, and they punched them in the mouth. Green Bay didn't have an answer. I don't see that happening again. Both teams are in the playoffs now. They're feeling good. Green Bay's playing well. Both teams are playing well, I should say. Really well. But you give them an extra week to prepare for a team that embarrassed them. Made them look like idiots. I think they're going to be buttoned up. I think Rodgers is going to be ready to go. And not to mention, Brady has never won back. I don't think he's won back-to-back road games in the playoffs in his career. Now, granted, he's only played about 8. So
I was going to say,
that's not a fair sample size. But I've shown you his numbers in the playoffs. They are not good. Or I shouldn't say not. They're not good at all.
Okay.
So I'll go Packers, but like I think it'll be a 1-possession game, close game.
Okay. Deal. I agree. I agree there.
Other game, Seahawks Saints. Seahawks offense is not. I didn't want to pick them to win this weekend. I don't trust the Seahawks offense at all right now. I got to go Saints.
It's going to be very close because I think they have. I don't want to say they have similar problems, but they both have problems that I think are going to meet them right in the middle, if that makes sense. Their problems are going to have them around the same score, and that's what's going to keep them close. So I'm going to go Saints there, but very, 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 very close.
Yeah, it could be a very close. I could easily see Russell Wilson going in there and playing well. But I'm going to go Saints. It just seems like we're destined. It seems like Rodgers is destined to play Brady and Breeze in the playoffs.
Yep.
AFC Championship. You have the Chiefs Bills. Go ahead and give that prediction.
I'm not picking against the Chiefs till they lose, man. I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give no scientific because I already told you if Josh Allen has one of those holy fucking shit Josh Allen's really good games, of course they could win. But I can almost guarantee you Patrick Mahomes is going to have a holy shit Patrick Mahomes game.
That's a game that we were just talking about. Teams playing for a second time. Chiefs Bills played earlier in the year. Chiefs were playing a lot better than they've been playing. Bills were kind of in the middle of their struggle part of the season. I can't think of the word. Rough part. And the Chiefs won fairly convincingly. I think if those teams meet again, it would have a different outcome. I think the Bills. I'm not sure the Bills would win, but I think the Bills would have a very good shot of winning, even in Arrowhead.
It definitely won't be a blowout.
I don't think so either. But so I have Ravens and Bills. Look, there's a reason why only 4 teams in NFL history have ever gone on the road and won 3 straight games in the playoffs. It's incredibly difficult to do. I don't think it's impossible that the Ravens do it, but it's going to be hard against the Bills. The Bills are in fuego right now.
Yes.
I got to go Bills. Bills Mafia. I think you're going to the Super Bowl.
Fuck yeah, I love that. I love that.
NFC Championship. Packers, Saints.
Packers by mile. Not even getting into it. Dude, Drew Brees, first of all, is probably going to go throw for 85 yards in Lambeau. But second of all, I can tell you right now, the Saints aren't going to be able to just team to team. The Saints are not going to be able to score enough points in Lambeau to win that game. Packers are winning.
So again, I think I even write this on my blog. I've given these speeches about these second time matchups or whatever, how they have different results. Packers won in New Orleans in week 3, and I'll be honest, if they met again, I don't see the result changing. That game was in New Orleans in September. Like, everything was pointing New Orleans' way to win that game, or should have won the game, I would argue, and Green Bay won. Now you play the game in Lambeau in January with a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and mind you, Rodgers has been vocal the last 5 years about getting an NFC Championship in Lambeau. I'm not making that up. He has said, there's video of him on Twitter, you can go watch it, saying to Jordy Nelson after losing to Atlanta by about 1,000 points, we need one of these in Lambeau. He is going to show up against the Saints, who I think could. The Saints defense is pretty good. I think they could make things difficult for Rodgers. But here's the thing. Green Bay's offensive line has given up 20 sacks in 16 games. 9 of those in 2 games. Neither of those games were against the Saints. I got to go Packers.
No, I don't blame you. I picked Packers too. So you got Packers, Bills, Super Bowl?
You got Chiefs, Packers. I got Packers, Bills. I do. You got a rematch of Super Bowl one, though. I assume
what's the
you're...
Super Bowl pick?
I want to hear yours first.
So, I'm sorry. I do have the same Super Bowl as you. Or no, I don't have Chiefs, Packers. I'm going to have to go Chiefs, man.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I don't have a problem with that. The Chiefs could easily turn it on. Bills, Packers. I'll admit there's a part of me that's doing this just so that I don't jinx my team. I'm going Bills.
I like it. Honestly, I think you have to.
And I do believe that. If they met in a Super Bowl, I think we'd be in trouble.
I think you guys are actually a very evenly matched team, and in that situation, if I was going off of your Super Bowl, I'd go Packers. If I'm going off of,
I'll say this. I'll give these two stats for people that think I'm crazy to pick the Bills. The Bills are the first team since the 1996 Green Bay Packers, a team that won the Super Bowl, to beat their last 3 opponents of the regular season by at least 25 points. Has not happened since 96. Green Bay won the Super Bowl that year. The 2020 Buffalo Bills are also the first team since the 2014 Seattle Seahawks to beat their last 6 opponents by at least 10 points.
I know you were telling me about the
and that team went to the Super Bowl and should have won it. That was the game Russell Wilson threw the interceptions at the goal line against New England. Buffalo, I genuinely believe Buffalo seems like a special team. I think that they are poised to make a run. Bills fans, I don't want it to happen against my Packers, but I'm cheering for it to happen if my Packers get eliminated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, you got to go Bills if the Packers end up getting beat. That's just a given.
But yeah, that's it. I'm going Bills. I think they went. It's been a long 60 years for the Bills. I think they finally get to hoist the Lombardi
Dude,
trophy.
I would cry if they
Our boy Josh Allen, and I picked Josh Allen to win MVP.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so I don't have anything else, and dinner's ready. One more thing I want to touch up on. I finally watched Tenet last night. Was it good?
I still have to watch.
It was good. I don't know what happened.
Every person said the same thing.
I enjoyed it. I don't know what really happened. I'm confused as hell. At the halfway point in the movie, I just stopped trying to rewind and understand it and just watched it for entertainment. And guess what? Yeah. It was very entertaining. I was entertained as hell. Christopher Nolan has done it again with a great movie. I will say, to give you an example of what should prepare for with Tenet.
Yeah.
I thought Inception and Interstellar made me look stupid.
What do you mean?
Because I couldn't really understand the ending, especially with Inception. Interstellar was a little different. Tenet takes the cake. I feel beyond stupid for not understanding Tenet, but everyone doesn't understand Tenet though. That's what happens. I mean, you give Christopher Nolan mind fucks you with dreams, a movie about dreams, and then a movie about interstellar space travel.
And the fourth dimension.
Yeah, and a fourth dimension. Forgot to mention that. You give him time travel, all bets are off. That's exactly what it is. All bets are off. It's time travel and time inversion. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I just heard it's a movie you have to watch like 4 times.
I will say this. You watch it and you're kind of like, where are they going with this? And then, not even like the climax of it, right before, it's really fucking cool. The fight scenes, everything, because they fight like these, what they call inverted people, who and when you're inverted, everything's backwards. Yeah. So the fight scenes are really cool. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give anything away.
I gotta go watch. I might watch it.
I know you're a Christopher Nolan guy. You gotta watch it.
Big Christopher Nolan.
I'll probably watch it again tonight, honestly.
All right, brother.
Try to understand it.
I was gonna say, fill me in a little bit if you understand it a little bit more.
Not really. I get it a smidge, but not really.
All right, brother. Sounds good, man.
All right. I'll see you later.
I'll talk to you soon. Later, man.